Ooks wearing blue, Camrose wearing the lights. Right, drop Ooks, bring it, take it into the own zone. This guy's going to pick that up, so add over to 4. 4. Puts that up the right side. Witkowski's going to pick that back up. Take that into the right corner. And he's on the bump. Who's that? Oh, there's a shot. That's top shelf. Just over the glove of the Camrose goaltender. And then jump out to nearly 1-0 lead. 1-0 with 17:37 left in the first period. To a good start. Camrose hasn't even touched the puck yet. Oops. In the next draw, Thor has it on the far side after taking the pass on Frostad. Goodness, Frostad's on the same number as his winner. Shot from the right side. That's coming from Witkowski. Cleared away by Camrose's Dodds. Or Doddsworth, pardon me. Camrose is going to pick that up. Here to come into the big zone. Rushing up the right side. Right into the slot for number 12. That pass will go into number 12, sitting in front. Can bury it. Pushing back. Trying to move that puck away from Hoare. Hoare keeping against the board. He gains possession. He's going to stay in the zone. Now it's a straight pass up to Frostad. Frostad comes up the right side. Into the zone he goes. There's the left side. There's a shot by Witkowski. Off the stick and wide. Camrose gets possession of the one side. Move it up the near side of the ice. Sent to the far side. Number 71 off the snow. He comes in. Flipped away by Richard. Richard's going to stretch that down the ice. Here's a quick shot. Trying to tuck it below was Boylan. But Doddsworth able to make the stop there. Camrose comes with the far boards. That's received by Calhoun. Stolen back by Boylan. Put right up in front. On a quick shot in front. Who was picking that up? Cleo picked it up and burying it. Again, they're up 2-0 with 16 minutes to go in the first half. Camrose looking to answer. Side shot. There's one that is raised and goes up by Parsons. Looking to tuck that top shelf. Let's put the glove and out of play. This off will be on the near side. In the zone. Camrose brings the face-off the offensive zone. We'll take a couple to the neutral zone. Over Parsons. Parsons moves that towards the near side. Starts going towards the net. Poked. Looks like the other way by Calhoun. Pardon me. Calhoun, number 16 for Camrose. Puts them on the board. There's a quick shot. Just gets below the Ooks goaltender. Camrose goal comes with 15:30 to go in the first half. Ooks still hang on to a 2-1 lead. Next up again, Camrose has it. On 12, setting up his own zone. Second over to the far side. That's stolen back by Hoare. Hoare takes the left side. Now ventures into the middle. Coming right down. There's a high shot. Oh! Goes up over the shoulder of the Camrose goaltender. And the Ooks quickly regain their 2-goal lead. Hoare with the goal with 15-14 left in the first half. 3-1 for the Junior Ooks. Comes over to the right side, trying to jam it up the boards is Witkowski. He gets it into the zone. Moves up. Coming up the near side, that was Sharkey trying to pop it up. And come back in the zone. Camrose with the puck. centering pass. That's kicked away. Another shot kicked away. And here comes Ooks up the right side. Ruskowski leading the charge. Gets into the Camrose zone. Drop pass back for... Gotta get the number right. Frostad, sorry. And Frostad shot. Hits a stick. Goes out of play. See the numbers on the screen here. It is 14-35 left to play in the first half. It's 3-1 for the Ooks. First one right off the pretty much. We're able to answer a little bit later, or with the second. Camrose. Still not too longer, but Ooks got the right. So it's 3-1 for the Ooks with the shot on the left side by Ooks, number 15, Richard. Puck comes back to center. Passed among the Ooks players. Richard comes up the right side, puts that down low. Over in the neutral zone. Ooks going to take that up the left side. Drop pass over to Richard. Richard down the board. He's going to carry that around to the near corner. Moves it back out to neutral zone. Johnson's going to put that slide back over to Richard. Richard spins in his own zone. Keeps possession of the puck. Pressure by Alton Snow. Puck comes down. Boylan, he's going to come in, rushing towards the net, steps in the slot, lost control of the puck, goes to the far side, but it's regained by Cleo. Cleo moves it out of the corner. Goes back in, tries to roll it up the boards. That's going to be cut off by Alton Snow. He's going to rush it up for Camrose. Comes into the weak zone. Lost. Oh, turned around again. Here's Camrose getting the puck. Back to Alton Snow. Front, there's a low shot. And a save! Over to the right side. Here comes the Ooks back into the zone. Sharkey with it. Fires kicked away by Dodsworth. Yeah, stays there. They move the puck up to center. Handled by number 22, Burton. Burton drops that back for Parsons. Stolen by Sharkey. Sharkey in his own zone. That's going to be out. The puck goes. Camrose gets back with a quick shot. That's why the puck comes out into the slot. Veered away into the right corner by Four. Sent to the far side. Camrose with possession. Pass in front for Parsons, and Parsons. That shot comes off the blocker of Shirt and goes out of play. Clock stops here with 12:17 left in the first half. Still 3-1 for the Ooks. Camrose wins the face-off in the defensive zone. There's a shot from the point. I hit traffic that's going to be picked up. Driven out of the zone by Frostad. He drops that back for Hole. Start resets. Drops that back for Sharkey. Sharkey's going to take that in. Comes to the zone. Finds some space. Comes in the slot. It's a shot. Hits the body. Goes stick and goes into that far corner. Ruskowski recovers the puck. Puts it back up to center for Four. Goes up the right side. Waiting for it with Frostad. He skates into the middle area. Hangs onto the puck. Drops that off for Ruskowski. Ruskowski in the neutral zone. Hanging on the puck. He's going to come over to the right side. Back into the Camrose zone. Trying to drive it down low. Throw it out in front. Comes off the goaltender Dodsworth. And he's going to cover that up. Camrose set to break out of their own zone. They move it up the far side. Forward that. He's going to come into the Camrose zone. Evades the check. Goes right side to Sharkey. Sharkey takes a look. Hangs on. Up to the point for Hoare. Hoare hanging on to it. Goes right side to Sharkey. Sharkey. Oh, that's not Sharkey. That's number 11. Heck's going to walk that down. There's a shot. That just misses the far post. Dodsworth able to get enough of that. And Camrose breaks up. 2-1 coming back the other way. Since the far side, the number 12. Play broken up by Hoare. Picked up by the Camrose trailer. And a good save there by the goaltender Luke. Heck goes wide side. Gets it over to Hoare. Hoare sends it down low to Ruskowski. Ruskowski tries to put it in front for Heck. That pass blocked. Ruskowski gets it back there. Resets out at center with Bouchard. Richard leaves that for Cohen Johnson. He's going to hang on to the puck. Comes in the right side, finds a little bit of room, gets it into the Camrose zone, takes it into the corner. Stripped of the puck by number 12, and Camrose is going to come away with it. Move it up the near side. Stops. Number 12 resetting his own zone. Drops that back for Barber. Barber goes back to number 12. 12 takes a shot from far out. And Luke's goaltender, Van Berkeley, is going to make that shot. Lead pass by the Ooks, gets it down the ice quickly, and Cleo takes a shot. Behind the back of the net. Camrose comes across the floor again. Centering pass. That goes up the air. It's chopped into the near corner. Johnson leads pass up for Cleo. Gets the puck over to Heck. Heck tries to go low. Can't save. Heck gets his rebound. Tries to step out in front. Camrose players step in the way. Puck comes loose into the neutral zone. Picked up by Johnson. Right side to Richard. Richard digs down low. Comes into the center. Finds some space. There's a rip. What a glove save by Dodsworth. And we'll get the stop here. Camrose going to reset play with 9:13 left in the first half. Coming up the floor with it. Number 29. Big is able to put it in for a second. The ball is read by Johnson. Johnson moves it up the floor. Comes right side to Heck. Heck trying to battle it off the front. Gets it back to Johnson. Johnson had his stick checked, heading towards the net. Comes back. There's a rip by Heck. Rebound goes into the corner. Heck from the Camrose player. Battle for it. Heck gets it back for the Ooks. Couldn't move it to an open player. Stolen back in the zone by number 14. Oh, Boylan. Boylan trying to drag it behind the net. He's going to draw a penalty. Thrown out in front. The whistle will go. Heading into the box. Camrose is going there. 95. Jack Parsons. Spend some time in the city game for tripping. Called with 8:22 left in the first half. We saw down in the offensive for the Ooks. Ooks from there, they hold a 3-1 lead. Puck's dropped. Ooks win it. It comes out to the neutral zone. Boyle's going to set that up. Being pushed off the puck by number 71. Really made an effort there. It was Alton Snow. And Hoare gets the best of him. Comes in the right side into the Camrose zone. Hoare hangs on the puck. Seconds behind the net. Goes to the far side. He's going to reset the play and get it out of the zone to Frostad. Max Frostad with it. So the side to Hoare. So Frosty. Frosty's going to walk that in. Gets that over to Boylan. And Boylan has it checked off his stick and gets back to it, resets it for the Ooks. 1:15 left with the Ooks and advantage as Hoare takes the puck across center. Drops that back for Sharkey. Sharkey wants that in. There's a high shot. Comes off the glove of Dodsworth and ends up in the back of the net. That's a power play goal for the Ooks with 7:28 left in the first half. Camrose will kill off nearly half the penalty. The Ooks finally find the back of the net. They're up 4-1. 7:30 to go in the first half. Coming up the right side, Wisconsin. Trying to drive it. Takes it down low. Carries behind the net. Stops. Got some resistance against the far corner. Number 12 is going to come away with it. Rushing it up the ice on the far side. It's across center. Hands the puck off to Calhoun. Calhoun comes in right into the slot of the shot. Oh, comes off the side of the post. Ooks able to chip that over to the near corner. Going to be picked up by Johnson. Knocked down by Calhoun. Johnson finds the loose puck and is broken up in the slot by Richard. Richard skating it over there. Goes to the right side to Cleo. Cleo takes that up the right boards. Let's go speed. Centering pass. There's a shot by Richard. That's off the iron. It stays out. Picked up on the near side by Johnson. Johnson to Richard. Richard. Oops. Swaps over to the far side. Sends that down low for Cleo. Cleo tries to go back door with Ruskowski coming up the right wing. Camrose gets the puck. Sorry, no, that was Edmonton. Gets that into Luke's zone and then lost control of it. Comes back out to center. Camrose regains possession. Number 2, keep going to the far side. He's checked off the puck. Richard picks up the puck, comes up the right side. Sends it over to the left side to Johnson. Johnson coming up the left wing. Comes in. There's a shot that's blocked. Comes over to the near boards. Ooks get it back. They send it out to the neutral zone. Throws it down low. Looking for a chip in. Was Ruskowski, but that was broken up by the Camrose defender, number 22. I think it was Todd. Oh, the Ooks with a quick steal in the offensive zone, sent it down low. Put it in the back of the net. And there, 1-1 with 5:28 to go in the first half. Comes away with that. Over the far side. Flipped out in front by Heck. Heck tries to put it out in front again, but it bounces past Grove. Camrose able to chip it into the Ooks zone. Back to play is Hoare. Hoare hangs on. Puts it down the ice. Chipped in by Heck. Picked up by Dodsworth, the Camrose goaltender. He moves it quickly behind the net over to Burton, waiting for it in the near corner. Ooks track that down. Heck gets it back. Sends it to the far side to Hoare. Hoare back to Frostad. Frostad taking a look. Hangs on. Gets that back for Heck. Heck gets past one defender. 2. He's going to come then to the zone. Up high. Ventures to the left side. Throws that at door. Waiting for it was Frostad. He picked that up in the backhand. Couldn't rip the one-timer. So he resets the play. Handing the puck back to Hoare. Hoare over to Heck. Heck chips that back to Hoare. Completing the give and go. Here he comes in. Here's a high slot shot. Hits the player. That's knocked down by the Camrose. Number 21. Vanoy. Vanoni? That was it. To the crossbar. Just above the net. Oops, move that quickly down the ice. Here's a quick shot. Oh, backhand by Boylan. That's stopped by Dodsworth. Loose puck picked up by Camrose's number 95, Jet Parsons. Parsons. Basically a stick check. He's going to bring it across center now. Comes up. Sends it up to the far side. Trying to return that back in front. Parsons going to hold there. I'm sure they could quick poke on it. Oops, get that out to center. Camrose with the puck again. Tried to move it to the near side. That's broken up by Sharkey. Sharkey walking that in. Puts the puck back. Low shot. Oh, and it rips it just above the pad, but below the glove. And the Ooks Sharkey scores with 3:22 left in the first half. It's going to be 6-1 for the Ooks. Controlling play for the most part, but Camrose are getting a few chances, unable to bury them. Send that out the far side. Pick it up by Johnson. Leaves that up to Sharkey. Sharkey looking for another quick goal. He's trapped in the high slot. Camrose coming up the near side. Going across center. Trying to duck that into the zone is Calhoun. He's quick with the puck. Ooks bring that out, led by Richard coming up the right side. Drops that back for Cleo. Cleo with the shot, and that is off the blocker and just past the far post. Richard gets the puck back for the Ooks and hands it back to Sharkey. Sharkey now wrenches over to the right side, gets it into the zone, steps back, and gets that door. tap in, looking, and it's just wide. That one just off the mark. I think that was Richard. Sharky comes in the right side. His pass, centering pass, broken up by Camrose. Camrose lost control of it, and Ooks jump on it. Cleo picks it up in the near corner. Off to Sharky. Sharky. Back to Richard. Richard. Moves that over to Sharky. Sharky. Keeps control of the puck. Hands it back to Johnson. Johnson has a wall off his stick, but he comes to his left, picks it back up. Johnson into the zone. Now sends that back to Sharky. Possession. Name of the game here for the Ooks. There's a shot. Just missing the right post by Sharky. Sharky regains possession and moves it back up the floor. It's Johnson. Johnson switches with Richard. Richard comes in the right side with the puck into the camera. Zone steps into the right side. His shot blocked. Picked up by Cleo. Cleo tries to move that back to the point by Frostad. Bounces off Cleo and comes up the near boards. Frostad picks it up in the Ooks zone. He hands that over to Hoare. Hoare with it. Hands that to the far side. Jammed into the Camrose zone. Camrose going to get it back. Only for a second though. Knocked down by Boylan. Tried to feed that the right side to Frostad. Skips past him to Frostad. Had it for a second, but Camrose takes over. Here we're coming into the Ooks zone, led by number 12. Loses control of the puck and Boylan's going to move that all the way down the floor. Back to play for Camrose. Barber. That comes all the way to the goaltender, Dodsworth. He's going to cover it up. Camrose reset with 38 seconds left in the half. Camrose with the stick goes out of play. And we'll have to get a biscuit from the scorer's bench and reset on our dot. With 32 seconds left in the first half, so up 6-1 on Camrose. Generally control it right from the first half. Camrose looking at Cameron before the end of the period. Big Ben comes up with a stop there, sets it up for the Ooks Frostad. 20 seconds to go in the half. Frostad, right side for Hoare. Walks that up the ice. For right side for Frostad. Frostad takes a shot, trying to go back door. Caught looking to connect with Guzkowski, but skips past him. Camrose, with 3 seconds left, is going to rush up the floor. There's a high shot. It's the top corner. Camrose with the buttered buzzer beater. That's Corbin Olton Snow putting one on for Camrose. That'll end the first half. The Ooks up 6-2 on Camrose. Take a quick 2-minute break here, folks. We'll be right back for the second half. Camrose wins it. This into the far side. That's cut off by the Ooks. Frostad sends that back. Quickly picked up. Here's number 22. Burton got the shot, but man, Frostad gets into the offensive zone. Sends it back. Reset with Johnson. Johnson over to Frostad. Quickly up to his Karski. His Karski comes in the right wing. Tries to downgrade the middle. It's chopped off his stick. Picked up by number 95 Parsons. He's going to move that. Moves it to the right side to Todd. Todd drops that back. Picked up by number 71 Alton Snow. Alton Snow over to the far side. Off the wing. Sitting in the weeds was Burton, who comes and buries one past the Ooks goaltender. Camrose gets the third of the night with 17:09 left in the second half. The score becomes 6-3 in favor of the Ooks. Ready at set. Drop goes into the Ooks zone off the draw. Richard back to set it up. Richard waiting for it. Sends to the far side to Johnson. Johnson's going to skate that up. Johnson luring. Coming up the near side. Now he's going to drop that back. Reset to Richard. Far side to Heck. Heck. Over the near side. Johnson. Hold on. Puts it in front for Heck, and Heck had his stick checked. Heck gets the rebound back for it. Sends it down low to Sharkey. Sharkey with it. Steps out of the corner. Retains possession. Goes from center. Now he's going to go to the far side. Mom over the glassing pass. So he does. Shot goes wide. Sharkey gets the rebound back. And Richard picks up the biscuit. Sends that over to Johnson. Johnson down to Sharkey. Sharkey now with some space. Steps through the slot. Check. Couldn't get the backhand. And that's covered by Dodsworth, and Camrose will start their break. Parsons picks up the puck. Slowly comes out of his own zone. Waits for a change on the bench on the near side. Pass. Just pass to Benoit. And he gets it back. Pass from Ill to Benoit. Camrose has that in the zone. Oops. Steal it back there. Come away with it. Finn Heck. He sets up in the Ooks zone. Comes up the far side. Now gains space through the neutral zone. Puts that back to Sharkey. Sharkey tried to drag that between two defenders. Puck comes off the stick, cleared away by number 12. Goes to the right side to Ill. Ill. Drop that back for 12. That's broken up by Hoare. And puck sent down deep into the Camrose zone. Back to play. Barber plays within his front of his own net. Tries to move up to 12. Skips past him. 16 able to loosen back up. Goes to number 12. Shot over the crossbar. It's going to roll up the boards to Sharkey. Sharkey in transition. Comes back into the Camrose zone. Hangs on to it. Carries it down low. Drop back for Heck. Heck. Almost steps in front. Good defensive play there by Barber to get it back to the Camrose. Heck though. Puts the pressure on Barber. Barber moves it up to number 12. Skips past him, but able to get it back. Comes through with speed through the neutral zone. Stepping back, looking for the trailer. Quick drop by Calhoun. Calhoun in front for Barber. Just wide. Pardon me. Todd with the shot on the far side. Calhoun picks it back up. There's a shot. That hit a stick. That's going to go out of play. And we're going to stop with 14:21 to go in the second half. Draw will be on the far side of the floor. In the Ooks zone. Todd takes it off with Camrose against number 14. Then the bully Boyer. Ooks win it. They bring it out. A nice backhand pass. Looking to connect with Cleo. Cleo couldn't beat Dodsworth. Camrose goes on the Ooks again. Steps into it. Here's Cleo with it. He's going to send that all the way back to 4. Ooks will reset. Puck goes from Frostad. Back to Hoare. Hoare comes across the board. Frostad on the far side. Hanging onto it. Hard around the boards. Up on the near side by Cleo. Cleo evades the chop. Walks it down. Boys out in front. There's a shot by Boylan. That is just wide. I think Dr. may have got just enough of the blocker on it. Boylan though. Battling for it. Wins the battle. Gets some help from Cleo. Cleo takes it for 4 seconds. That out in front. Shot by Frostad. Saved by Dogger. Camrose is going to come away with it. Coming up the right side. Number 12. Challenged by Frostad. Frostad puts it into the floor. The puck comes back to number 16. Calhoun shot. Sending it to the far corner. Ooks pick it back up. Ooks set it up in their own zone. Hoare picks it up and moves it to the near side for Frostad. Frostad. Ooks gets some fresh bodies on the ice. Hoare comes in. Wiskowski sent it back door. Couldn't chop that home. Goes to the far corner and picked up Sharkey. Sharkey gets it out to a shard and the Ooks reset. Hoare with it. Skates back to his own zone. Passes some space. Comes through the middle. Hoare. Far side for Wiskowski. Couldn't bring it to his strong side, and Burton swaps that to the far corner. Burton's going to come away and up the floor. Brings that to the far side to number 71, Alton Snow. Centering pass broken up by Richard. Richard moves it near side for Sharkey. Sharkey chips that into the Camrose zone, and that's picked up by Parsons. Parsons, far side, looking for Burton. Has to battle against Sharkey. Goes into the zone, picked up by Alton Snow. His centering pass knocked down by the Ooks. 2-on-1, coming back the other way. 3-on-1, coming back the other way. There's Sharkey, his shot chipped, and it goes to the far side. Wiskowski gets the puck back, moves it up to Sharkey. Sharkey tries to dance across that last defender, Corbin. Alton Snow, but he takes the puck away. Moves up the ice. Number 21 on the far side. Benody is going to fire that. That's going to hit a stick and go out of play. We got to stop here for 1:25 left in the second half. 6-3 for the Alberta Union Ooks. Camrose wins the draw. Bring the puck out to the neutral zone. Thrown back by Parsons. Looking for, I think, Benoni. Coordinate. That's Burton with it. Burton having across the wall. Top shot. Great shot. Just wide by Sharkey. Wiskowski picks it back up for the Ooks in the offensive zone. Tries to move it up the board. That's read by Alton Snow, and he's going to move it up the floor for Camrose. Comes over to the right side. Gets on the backhand. There's a backhand shot. But he couldn't get the rebound. Rebound put in by Camrose's number 71, Corbin, Alton Snow. And Camrose is able to draw within 6-4 with 10:50 to go in the second half. Good hard shot on the near side by Camrose. Rebound picked up on the far side, and they fire it home. It's a 2-goal game now as Ooks win the draw, and they start in their own half. Ooks bring it up the far side. Eck comes into the offensive zone. Throws that in front. Oh, look, Boylan, sorry, puts that off the crossbar, and it stays out. Oh. Just a millimeter the other way, and that would have been in. Boylan with sends that back out to center for Frostad. Frostad drops that back for Hoare. Hoare wheels to the far side. Brings that down there for Frostad. Back to Boylan. Oh, the poke check away by Godsworth breaks that play off. And it's contested. Now it comes back into the Camrose zone. Boylan with it. Tries to go back to Frostad. That was broken up. Boylan tries to upset the flow. Camrose gets it to center. And the 12 over skates it, and back there, resets the play. Back in the zone zone, everybody. Far side, number 12. Back chips it away, Boylan moves it up the floor. Behind him, and Camrose intercepts that. Camrose coming in the zone, there's a shot kicked away by Shirt. Shariko. Here comes the Ooks back into the Western zone. Throw it out in front. Dog versus the save. Camrose goes up the ice. Number 12. Goes left side to Calhoun. Calhoun in front for number 12. That skips past him. Goes into the corner and sends that back down low. Picked up by Camrose's ear. Look as it throws that back out in front. And Camrose is going to move that up and he's going to reset. Barber with it. Puts that right in front for Burton. Burton can puck off his stick. Stolen by the Ooks. There's a shot and that put away by Mr. Finn Heck. And the Ooks go up 7-4 with 8:44 left in the second period. What a drive there by Heck of the Ooks. Takes it from the center. Rushes in the right side. Quick shot, pull the glove, and into the back of the net. 7-4 Ooks. Ooks in the next face-off. Johnson moves it up the boards to Richard. Richard over to Johnson. Johnson is going to let that in. Here he comes up the near side. Nobody in front for the Ooks. Johnson's just going over to the far side. This guy picks it up at the blue line. Now moves that up to center. Richard. Richard with it. Finds some space, comes in. There's the shot. Hits the stick. That's going to go out of play. Whistle with 8:14 left. Picked up by Burton. Goes over to the near side. Drops that back. Directions to the far side to Parsons. Parsons. Back to Burton. Sends that down low. Camrose tries to center that. Skips through the slot. Will come back out to the point. Parsons with it. Tried to flip that over to Burton. Burton picks it up. Checked by Cleo. Burton regains possession. Sends that to the far corner. Chip down low. Centering pass. That's broken up by Cleo. And we're going to move down the ice with Ruskowski. There's a low shot. That is blocked by Parsons. Ruskowski goes back for the puck. Parsons able to evade the check, but he overskoots the puck. Ruskowski moves that back to the point. That's stolen back by Vanoni. Vanoni for Camrose moves that up the floor. Goes left side to Todd. Todd shot. Hits traffic and will go on to play with 7:09 left in the second half. Draw will be far side in the Ooks zone. Ooks still up 7-4. Taking the face off for the Ooks will be Finn Heck, and for Camrose. Camrose wins it. They put it down low. Ooks steal it back behind their own net. Move it over to the near side. Sharkey centering pass. Picked up by Heck. Looking for it here. He is cracked down. Regains possession. Looking for a trailer. That's knocked down by Olmstead. Heck gets it into the corner. And then Barber moves it to the far side. Picked up by number 12. Stretch that down to Calhoun. Calhoun takes that into the east zone. Up the right side. Tracked down. It comes loose. Calhoun gets it back. Sickles behind the net. Tries to move that up the far side, looking for Alton Snow. Ooks disrupted, but Alton Snow gets it. Comes on the near side, and number 12 is going to pocket that. He was wide open on the right side. Gets past the Ooks goaltender. And Camrose now brings it back to 32 once again with 6:23 to go in the second half. Center. Ooks up 75 on Camrose. Camrose wins the draw. Rushing it in is Barber. Sends that back. Low shot by Calhoun. Saved by the Ooks goaltender. Puck on the far side. Ooks come back. Get the puck back. Move it up the near side. Shirk is going to drive that into the zone. Shot right off the stick of Dodsworth. Stays in play. Barber moves it to the far side, looking for number 12. Heck cuts that off, but 12 does get possession. Sharky now chases him up. 12 trying to move it himself. Heck comes in as a helper. Gets the puck back for the Ooks. Moves it into the center. Dropped back by Frostad. Over that Horror. Frostad with it. Sends that back to Sharky. Sharky over to Horror. He's going to skate around center and then drops that off for Sharky. Sharky coming up on this side. He's tracked down. He's going to reset though. Finds some space. Takes it in the middle. Drops that back. Looking for Horror, who receives it and heads back into his own zone. 5:12 to go in the second half. As Horror for the Ooks sets up behind his own net. Leaves the puck for Heck with speed. Trying to drive it down that far wall. He's tracked down. Open Snow picks it up for Camrose. And will skate it into the Ooks zone. Here's a rip. Glove save. Big Ben saves the day there. And quickly wants to move the puck up the floor at Sharky. Sharky rushes into the Camrose zone. Tries to put it between the legs of Parsons, but Parsons moves it from him. Moves it up the left side. Gets it to Alton Snow. Alton Snow with it, trying to drive it. Gets it on the backhand. Line it just past the Ooks goaltender. This game moves it now. 4:30 to go in the second half. Score again, 7-6 in favor of the Ooks. But Camrose battling back. The Wild having a good second half here. Maybe find the back of the net and bring this score within one. Oops, in the face, and then move it up the floor. Taking in the near side by Ruskowski. He stops, looking for a trailer. Sends that back to Richard. Richard to reset. Richard with it. Drops that back for Johnson. Johnson drops that back for Richard. Richard now up the near side. Tried to put it up the boards. That's knocked down by the Wild in the offensive zone. Wild have it. That's chopped out by Ruskowski. Parsons has that. Tried to stretch that down the ice. That's broken up by Johnson. Johnson coming up the far side. Keeps it in the zone. 2-on-0. Johnson. Ruskowski will put that into the back of the net. And the Ooks score with 3:19 left in the second half. Go up to 6. Good steal on the far side by Johnson. Sealing it off the boards. Puts it up to the stick. Comes into the zone. Looks to shoot. Quick pass over there. Put it into the back of the net. 3:15 to go in the second half. Frostad with puck for the Ooks. Sends that back to Horror. Horror with it. Over to Heck. Heck moves that up the floor and resets. Sends that back to Horror. Horror. Hanging on to it. Trying to move it up the glass. That's knocked down by the Wild. Ooks get it back though, stretch that down. Yes, it's just past Heck from Parsons and get that for the Wild. Parsons on the far side. Camrose Wild trying to stretch that down the ice. They're down 2 with 2.5 to go in the second half. Puck put down there, picked up by Burton. Burton tried to throw that in front. That's backhanded in by Benoni. It is Jackson. Jackson Burton who was able to complete the play. He puts the biscuit behind the goaltender. It's back to the 1-goal game. In the second half. At the end of the play, the Ooks takes for the Wild. Comes up the right side to Calhoun. Calhoun back to Parsons. Parsons on the left side. Drops that back for Calhoun. Calhoun. Puts that into the far corner. Picked up by Vanilli. Back to Burton. Burton. Second over the near side. Sends that back to Parsons. Parsons overskates it over there to pick it up. So Parsons just goes back for it. Over to Calhoun. Calhoun on the right side. Down low for Nini. To Calhoun. Gives past him. Johnson with it just for a second. Wild get it back. Picked up on the left side by Burton. Burton cycles up high. There's a shot. Knocked down. Puck comes loose. And then it's covered up by Ben. Ooks able to stop going here with 1:29 to go in the second half. Camrose Wild still on the power play with 1:03 left. So the penalty to Jacob Moore. Contested. Wild had it for a second. Let's go get that back. Moves that down low for Richard. Trying to battle it away. And he's drawn a penalty. Good work there by Owen Richard. That'll make it even players on the floor. With 1:11 to go in the second half. Plays 3-on-3 for the next 46 seconds. I'll be on the far side of it. Again, 1:11 left. Ooks are up 8-7. Camrose comes away with the puck. Here comes number 12 coming up the right side. Into the Ooks zone. Finds some speed. Centering pass. Oh, shot. Ben with the save. Heck wins the battle and just moves the puck out to the neutral zone. Stole it. Here comes Richard into the zone. Richard, low shot. Dodsworth with the save. Camrose looking to break out. And going to hang on to it. We'll get a face-off inside the Camrose zone with 41 seconds to go in the second half. 15 seconds left. The Ooks penalty. And they'll be on the power play. 3-on-3 in the late stages of the second half. And the puck won by Ruskowski. Good strength on the stick. Still that puck for the Ooks. Takes that on the near side. Hangs on. Shot and it's blocked by number 12. Number 12 taking it down low. 20 seconds to go in the game. Trying to get it around Ruskowski. 12 keeps going down the far side. Low shot. Big save there by the Ooks goaltender. Puck goes down there. Moved up the ice. Or the floor, sorry. Frostad chips that in. And the Ooks are going to squeeze a win out here. They take this one 8-7 over the Camrose Wild. Great stops late in the game by the Ooks goaltender, Dennis Rudy. Game by both teams. The Wild started a little slow, but they built momentum in the second half. Just enough to hang on to the lead through the entire game. Sure made it interesting in the last about 5 minutes here. Well, folks, that's what you're doing. do need to do this. Hope you have a good night. Go for